Hi guys, have you ever wondered why some people have a really professional look or have a really tight, very well colored, very well maintained a picture or profile picture, and you guys just click a normal picture, but then there are people, especially from the film industry, that make it look as if a really professional person has actually clicked their picture and it's actually natural the way the picture was taken, and that they are always assumed to be like that all the time. But to be honest, it's not really that. It's what they do after they have taken the picture. So I'm actually going to teach you how you also can manage to do the same thing. So let's begin. This is my friend. We clicked a lot of pictures a few years back, and I thought of editing one of those pictures as an example on how to get the effect of these people in the film industry, especially. Uh, Everyone has it. So if you want this effect, what you need to do is you need to cut your character with the quick selection tool, and you need to press Ctrl N, and that's going to open a dialog box. In this dialog box, you fill in the following figures and you press OK, and it will open up a new page. Now, then, what you should do is you should drag the previous selected tool and drag it. After you've done this, you actually resize the picture and you do it till you're satisfied. After this, what you do is select the whole thing again by pressing the new selection tool. And what I want you to do is very important, to select and mask and press shift and the left click. This will open your refine edge. And what I want you to do is I want you to go and zoom into the parts where the hair is kind of fuzzed up and is not really matching the background. So what this does is it actually kind of creates an even tone, blends it in with the background that you have. Now after this, what you have to do is you have to go to the output tool in your dialog box and press new layer. After this, what you do is you minutely erase off the additional things that are there in the picture. That includes the background, little bit things that are there in the background. And this is very important because these small things will make a huge difference in the future. It can be anything, it can be the sides of the eyes and also the beard and also the little bit of the clothing, also near the ears. I want you to really whitewash all of this and erase it completely. So after you've done with the erasing, you have something like this, an already professional, way more professional picture there of you than there it was before. So now comes the part where it becomes tedious. You create a gradient fill. So you go to the gradient option and dialog box will come like this. You will select the color black and leave the other one to be white. Once you press OK and you press the radial option, you will get a picture like this. Now it doesn't look exactly the way we want it to look, so you have to play around with the scale and play it around with how much ever you want. I selected 144, and what I do is I select another one and I select a solid this time, which is right above gradient. So what I do is I select the mask and I start erasing off a little bit of it to get a more balanced tone. And what I do is I keep that on top just so that I get a little bit of the coloring contrasts. So now what we need to do is we need to create a stronger white light. So what we do for that is we actually select a new layer and we start making white. We start filling it with white with the help of a brush, and we go to the filter blur and we select the Gaussian blur option, which will actually blur out the sharpness of the brush. This is very important because we are trying to achieve something that is very strong so that the remaining parts will actually become a mid-tone. The mid-tones are actually very important because that is where uh, the whole thing starts looking more professional, starts looking more foggy, the effect that we want. So it will look something like this. Now it is up to you to actually create this more radiant, ample times, and also the solids, and making it more professional by adding more layers to it. So after we have achieved a specific tone, we actually go to this solid layer, one of the solid layers, and we start erasing from mask tool, which is right next to the black squarish box. And we actually start erasing off the parts we want to make it more professional, to make it more foggy. The fog actually plays a very important role here. So once we've created that, we select a new layer, and we want to make the fog look more inconsistent. So what we do is we actually paint it black, reduce the opacity, and go to the filter option, and we do the same for the Gaussian blur. So the Gaussian blur has to be used all the time because other than the character we don't want anything to be really sharp, so we have to make the light more foggyish by reducing the opacity and also increasing the Gaussian blur option. After we've done that, we select the layer where our character is in, and we go to the camera raw and we select a few things according to how we want the character to be. So we want to reduce the saturation of the whole thing so that it really matches with what the background represents. Now what you will find is a very underlighted, a very underexposed picture of your actual model, or your actual desired picture. And what we do is we save it. After we save it, we actually open it in another file by going to open and selecting the one that you've already saved, and we play around with the camera raw. So we increase the exposure, we increase the contrast, but what we do is we decrease the saturation because that's the effect that we actually want. We again resave it and we save it as final or professional, and by the end of it all you probably get a picture like this. So thank you guys, this is me Ayush from the Editable. Please do like, subscribe and share. If you guys want a specific effect, then please do let me know in the comment section. Thank you.